Have you ever stared at a German question and thought, wait, do I use was here? Or is it welche? Maybe it's woher. You're not alone. Question words are one of the most common stumbling blocks for German learners. But here's the good news. Once you see how they're organized and how they function, you'll know which ones to use every single time. Today, we're going to break them all down from the basics to the really tricky ones, so you can finally master German question words. The question quadrant. Who, what, where, when. Let's start with the big four. Wer means who. Was means what. Wo means where. And wann means when. These are your bread and butter. For example, wer ist das? Who is that? Was magst du? What are you doing? Wo wohnst du? Where do you live? Wann beginnt der Film? When does the film start? Beginner mistake alert. English speakers often confuse wer with wo, as they look like the words where and who, but actually means the opposite of the ones that they look like. Or they will use was when you really need welche. You can't use was in front of a noun. If you would say, what color is this in English, you actually need welche in German, the word for which. Remember, stick with the basics first and don't overcomplicate them. Word to the wise, there are two other versions of wo, which are used when the location is not a static location, but rather a destination or an origin. When asking about the origin of something, we use woher. When asking about the destination, use wohin. For example, woher kommst du? Where are you from? Wohin gehst du? Where are you going? Navigating nuance. How, why, which, and how much. Next, let's step into the second layer of question words. Wie means how. Warum means why. And welche, or welches, or welche, or other versions, means which. Wie viel means how much, and wie viele means how many. Here's where the nuance kicks in. Wie heißt du? What is your name? Literally, how are you called? Wie viel kostet das? How much does that cost? Wie viel Geld hast du? How much money do you have? Wie viele Kinder hast du? How many children do you have? Don't forget, wie viel is for uncountable things like money, wie viel Geld hast du, and wie viele is for countable things like friends, wie viele Freunde hast du? Warum lernst du Deutsch? Why are you learning German? Warum is pretty easy. You use it pretty much the same as the English word why. And welche, that's the one that changes with gender and number. Welcher Film gefällt dir? Which film do you like? Welche Bücher liest du? Which books are you reading? Welchen Mann hast du getroffen? Which man did you meet? Basically, you use the same ending that you would on der words, but you put welch in front instead. The intricacies of whose and to whom, for whom. Now let's tackle some that cause headaches. Wessen means whose and is used with the genitive case. Wen means whom and is used for the accusative case. Wem also means whom, but it's usually to whom or for whom and is used for the dative case. Think of it like this. Wessen Auto ist das? Whose car is that? Inquiring about possession. Wen siehst du? Whom do you see? Asking about the direct object, which is accusative. Wem gibst du das Buch? To whom are you giving the book? Asking about the indirect object, which uses the dative case. If the question is about the person doing something, use wer. Asking about the person being acted upon, use wen. And if it's the receiver of something, use wem. And if you're asking about the owner or possessor of something, use wessen. A trick that you can use when differentiating between wer, wen, wem, and wessen is to replace the question word with a normal masculine personal pronoun. The last letter of the pronoun will match the last letter of the question word. Wer kauft die Karten? Er kauft die Karten. Who is buying the tickets? He is buying the tickets. Wen magst du? Magst du ihn? Whom do you like? Do you like him? Wem gibt sie das Buch? Sie gibt ihm das Buch. Whom is she giving the book? She is giving him the book. Wessen Buch ist das? Das ist das Buch des Mannes. Whose book is this? This is the book of the man. Sorry, the pronoun trick really doesn't work here, but wessen is the only one that is in this category that can be used with a noun behind it, so that usually makes it easier. Unmasking the wo compounds. Okay, here's where learners really start sweating. The wo compounds. German does something that English does not. It combines wo, or wo plus r, with prepositions to form new question words. For example, worüber sprichst du? What are you talking about? Womit schreibst du? What are you writing with? Worauf wartest du? What are you waiting for? The rule is simple. Use these things when you're asking about things or ideas and not people. For people, you would use mit wem, über wen, and so on. So that's your crash course in German question words from the basics to the tricky compounds. If you want to go deeper, I already have full videos on every single question word in the entire German language. You'll find all of those linked in the description, so check them out to level up your German question game. Das ist alles für heute. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!